All right, so let's see. Night one. All right, this is night one. This is Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Okay, very simple for me. Bobby Lashley needs to win this match. Okay, I feel like the only reason they brought in Baron Corbin is so that Baron Corbin can have a one-on-one matchup with Drew McIntyre next week because they're lazy and they don't know how to write storylines anymore. Uh, I don't. Whatever. I don't know why they have to bring in Baron Corbin at all, but whatever. Um, oh my god. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, night one. Hopefully this is the main event, but I highly doubt it. They're probably going to give it to Lashley and McIntyre. But if Lashley retains and Bianca wins on night one, that's a feel-good moment, right? I really liked Bianca's win at Royal Rumble. The question is, who's going to stand tall at WrestleMania? Will it be Sasha Banks? Or will it be Asuka? Who's more likely to defend the title in a one-on-one situation? I feel like right now WWE has more interest and more money-making ability with Sasha Banks, so I feel like they would give it to her. Um, I mean, that makes sense to me. Bianca's winning 1 million%. Wow, that's not even a real number. Well, I mean, it's a real number, but it's not a realistic number. I'll go opposite of you, Aiden. I'll go opposite of you. I'll say that I'll say Sasha Banks retains, and yeah, I'll say that Sasha Banks retains this match. Here's why, right? You could easily have Sasha Banks retain, Bianca turn heel, okay, and then join up with Ford and Dawkins, because aren't they turning heel? It seemed that they were turning heel last time I watched. Oh, Bad Bunny versus Miz. It's not even a tag team match. Okay, Bad Bunny versus the Miz. Um, I mean, it's a WrestleMania moment, and it's a celebrity. I gotta give it to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, especially because Damian Priest is new. He's coming in. Miz is probably there to put people over. Morrison's definitely there to put people over. I feel like Bad Bunny and what's his face get over. Cesaro versus Rollins. Why do we have so many singles matches? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Rollins made his return after the birth of his daughter. Fellow superstar Becky Lynch and immediately with. That's a bad sentence. He made his return after the birth of his daughter. That should be in a comma. Here, ready? Rollins made his return, comma, after the birth of his daughter, with fellow superstar Becky Lynch, comma, because you could take it out and it makes the sentence make sense, and immediately told the WWE locker room to follow him into the future. Okay, so he did the same gimmick. I remember that. Cesaro laughed off the idea in the following weeks using the Cesaro swing to humiliate Rollins. Rollins has since set his sights on Cesaro and finally made the challenge for a match at WrestleMania, only to fall victim to the swing once again. Rollins has to win this one. I think Rollins wins. I'll go Rollins there. Bad Bunny, yeah. It's no more PG time. Bad Bunny can suck my shoes. Raw Tag Team Championships. New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. Ooh, okay. I think this is going to be a title change. I think New Day is there to give AJ Styles and Omos a tag team opportunity. Now that NXT has officially been re-signed to a deal on USA, NXT is going to be around for a while, so they're not going to bring too many people up from the tag team division. But if they do, it's unlikely going to be heel tag teams. It'll probably be someone like Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, or whatever that team is, right? Man, they really need to bring them to the main roster before breaking them up. But whatever. AJ Styles and Omos, I think, are the winners in that match. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage to prevent interference by Elias and Riker. Nothing's on the line here. I feel like Braun Strowman still wins that match. I feel like maybe here's what I imagine, okay? Because it's WrestleMania. When you're gonna put a steel cage match at WrestleMania, I feel like it can't just be the same old, same old. Either you have to break one of the walls of the cage, or it's got to be a spectacular match. Like I'm talking like Dolph Ziggler versus Shawn Michaels, like dream match potential, right? I don't think that's gonna happen. Here's what I imagine is gonna happen in this match. Okay, not only am I predicting that Braun Strowman's gonna win, I imagine Braun Strowman is going to like lift the cage or break down the door with just brute strength and then step out, right? And he'll dominate all three. He'll dominate Riker, he'll dominate Elias, and he'll dominate Shane. None of those three are viable to WWE, but WWE does want Braun Strowman to be viable in the future, so I would imagine that Strowman is going to, with a feat of strength, win this match. Either lift the cage or knock down an entire wall and walk out. Typically, you can see things like Strowman throwing someone through the cage and then they fall and then they win the match. That's been done before, and I just don't see them repeating that spot. But I mean, maybe it's possible. I just think that it's better if you book Braun to win past this one, in my opinion. When I said Kyle and what's his face, I meant Kyle and Bobby Fish. I meant Bobby Fish. Yeah. Sorry. I meant Bobby Fish again. Getting back into the wheels of wrestling, right? And NXT is like last on my list to like catch up on. So yeah, I can't believe they broke them up. Like, who's gonna do what's the 2 cage thing? Where there's a cage here. War Games. What are they gonna do for War Games this year? All right, night 2. This is the big one: Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. I am okay with this. I'm okay with the triple threat. I don't care why they did it. I feel like you need to break up the monotony of singles matches, like singles match. That's too much. You need other stuff. You need some multi-man matches, and this is perfect. Roman Reigns, Edge, Daniel Bryan. I'm cool with almost any of those 3 winning, although I would rather not see Daniel Bryan win at this point. The storyline really isn't about him. It's about Edge coming back and winning and getting that glory, being a Hall of Famer who has come back, won the Rumble, won the championship over the biggest heel of the year. If you can't get The Rock here to beat Roman Reigns, or for Roman Reigns to beat The Rock at WrestleMania and proclaim dominance to end night 2, you gotta have Edge. You gotta have Edge holding up that title, saying, I did it, I'm gonna do this, and then if he wants, he can retire the next night. However, I would prefer Edge to, for the next year, be the hobbled, old Edge, getting broken down, challenger after challenger, yet the resilience factor, because he always talks about grit and resilience. He always finds some way to win, and then somewhere around maybe like Survivor Series or something, he can lose and then slowly find himself retiring near WrestleMania, right? That's what I would like to see over the next year for Edge. Roman Reigns, I think, is a big heel right now, but I just don't know what to do with him, because he's dominated SmackDown, right? If he wins, we go back to status quo. Who else is going to challenge him? I feel like Roman Reigns probably needs to move over to Raw, maybe win Money in the Bank and challenge Lashley, spear versus spear again. That might be a thing. I don't know. Maybe Lashley turns face. Who knows? Who knows what they do in the long run? But I think you got to have Edge here. Women's Championship, Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley wins this match. She's super young. They're going to start her off real nice, and it seemingly is that she is the face. You need some title changes for WrestleMania. This is one of them, and I think she's a face. I think she needs to win this match. Fiend versus Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton's actually the heel in this, I think. I think Randy Orton's the heel. And is this a cinematic match? Let me see here. Let's read this. Since Orton set the Fiend on fire, Alexa Bliss has repeatedly made Orton's life miserable. All the while, Bliss has promised that the Fiend would be reborn. That finally happened at Fastlane when the Fiend returned to help Bliss beat Orton. The next night, the Fiend struck again. By the way, I went up to get my DoorDash food. When I came back down, Bliss versus Orton was over, and because it was on fucking Peacock, I couldn't pause or rewind to watch it. So I have no idea what happened there. So thanks, Peacock. The next night, the Fiend struck again, leading to the match being made official for night 2. It's not clear if this will be a normal match or a return to the cinematic approach of many of Fiend's matches over the past few years. Well, I mean, he didn't look like he had an arm. So I imagine if you're going to do a cinematic match, this would have to be it. This one, I think Bray Wyatt has to win this one. For this long-term storytelling that they're doing over the past 6 months, I feel like it's got to be Randy Orton losing. Big E versus Apollo Crews. Big E retains. Zayn's been crying conspiracy ever since the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, this is the one with Logan Paul, right? Gross. I would say this one has to go Zayn's way. Sami Zayn. You need a heel to win. There's nothing on the line. Kevin Owens can lose and still be fine. I think to cool Owens down from a title opportunity and get Zayn up and going, especially if you've got like Edge winning, it sets up a good Sami Zayn versus Edge, thing. I'm okay with that. Or even if Big E retains, it sets up a Zayn versus Big E thing. Even though I feel like that's kind of been played out, let's push Zayn. I'm gonna say Zayn wins this matchup. United States Championship, Riddle versus Sheamus. Oh, of course. Riddle has United States Championship doesn't mean shit, so I'm gonna be I'm gonna say Sheamus wins. And then the next night on Raw, he can gloat with to McIntyre and say, "I won the title." I don't like Riddle. I'm not a fan of Riddle, but let's give Sheamus the United States Championship again. I think. Prediction: SmackDown Tag Team Championship, Ziggler and Rude versus the Street Profits. Is this assuming that these are matches? Okay, we'll assume that this is a couple matches. And then who will win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Okay, cool. So let's do the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Ziggler and Rude versus Street Profits. Oh, God. Are those the champions? Who's the champions? After losing the titles to Ziggler and Rude. Oh, my God. Wait, hold on. Robert Roode is a champion in WWE right now? Oh, no. They've been told by Sonya Deville that they'll get their shot when the time is right. Let's say Street Profits lose. Let's say Ziggler and Rude retain and turn Street Profits heel. And let's have them be heel for the next little bit. Heel Street Profits sound pretty good to me. All right, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm kind of thinking about this one. Who would be a good winner for this? I would love to see the Over the Top Rope Battle Royal winner be Ali. I'd like to see Ali win it. Or Mia Yim. Let's have our first women's Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, huh? Let's get Mia Yim in there and have her be like a surprise entrance, and then have Ali the whole time trying to push her out, but it just doesn't happen, and then at the very, very end, she takes out Ali and wins the match. I'm okay with that. I really want to find a way to push Mia Yim. We need some more women wrestlers, women stars, and I think that's a great way to do it. Andre Memorial Battle Royal, let's get Mia Yim in there. Let's have her win it. Why not? There's no rules for that. Fuck Peacock. You know what I'm mad about, okay? Peacock, I was watching old school wrestling, and now they don't have old school wrestling anymore on Peacock, so I can't watch it. I have to wait until the middle of the summer for it to be caught up to what it needs to be, so I'm pretty upset. Logan Paul for the win. Oh, no. Someone has to win that match. Who was it? It was Zayn versus Owens? Oh, no. No. I feel like Sami Zayn has to win that match. So there's my predictions. We did it. We did it here. I'll probably talk about them again when I do the Release the Eiffel Cup podcast. That'll be next Monday, so we'll have a little bit more of a clearer picture. But that's my preliminary predictions for WrestleMania. This card, of all these matches, let's talk about the ones I care about. I kind of like the Battle Royal. Battle Royals are always super fun, so I'm going to be like, okay, cool. I like the Battle Royal. I don't give a shit about the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. United States Championship, I don't care. Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, I actually do like both these guys, and I feel like their rivalry is pretty much good whenever it happens. It's like Batman versus the Joker. I really, really like this. So I like that dynamic where it too. Intercontinental, Big E versus Apollo Crews. I want to care. I really, really do. I want to care, and I feel like this match is going to be good. It barely makes it. Barely. Bray Wyatt versus The Fiend. Again, this could go either way. Either it's going to be great or it's going to be terrible. But because I'm still interested, I'm going to give it a pass. That's 4. Raw Women's Championship. I think I like this matchup. That's 5. World title. That's 6. I like this one. So night 2 is looking great. I would love to see night 2. Okay. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman steel cage. I mean, the steel cage does make it a little bit interesting, but I just don't see most of that match or most of this whole storyline being fun. I don't think I don't think it passes the bar for me. But if the ending is as creative as I think it might be, then it might be. But I'm gonna give it a no right now. Raw Tag Team Championship, I just don't care. I like AJ, I like Kofi, I like Xavier, I even like Omos, but I whoever wins doesn't much matter to me. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, I couldn't give a shit less who wins this match. I don't think it matters at all who wins this match, so I don't care. Bad Bunny versus The Miz could be fun. It could be fun, but Damian Priest, this is one I'm at least going to go, maybe they'll do something fun with the celebrity. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Yeah, I like both these women. I like the matchup. It's good to go. Lashley versus McIntyre. I honestly don't care much about this storyline. Drew McIntyre, I don't think is the thing I would have went with, but well, there's not much else. Honestly, I would have made this maybe a fatal 4-way. Throw in Sheamus and throw in The Miz and make it a fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship, and I would have been okay with that. But they're not going to do that. So, barely, right? So night 1's going to be shaky for me. Night 2 will probably be better, but this always is me being optimistic and not pessimistic. And I have learned in the past, especially the recent past about WWE, to be a little bit more pessimistic because they're not... they're not doing so much. Let's see. Do they have any plans for what happens after? About 5 o'clock, and they'll stream live on Peacock with kickoff shows starting at a time to be determined. So about an hour before, I imagine, probably 4:30. So let's have a look now at the matches. Really? You think it's the most memorable? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe with the fans, maybe it would be an interesting thing. Hey, night 1, can we maybe scrap this match here? Can we get rid of this one and just do some Hall of Fame entrance things? Can we get the Hall of Fame on night 1? That'd be cool. Can we do that? Anyway. Okay, well, there we go. It's been about 15 minutes, right? Damn, man. Well,